had 4 or 5 belts. And the studio folded. What are you going to do? A couple more. If you know any of my, if you know Waltzing Through the End Time or Armored Hearts, you know that they have a lot of poems about my dad. I usually read a poem about his service in the war or whatever. He died back in, I guess it was November, so I believe he's been dead almost a year. But one whole section in this book are just sort of poems about him, really about aging in general. He just didn't die gracefully, God bless him. He just sort of withered away. And he was almost totally deaf and was an invalid. And he had substantial war injuries. And then after we finally got him in the hospital, we figured out he had leukemia. But then, you know, his mind started to sort of go to at the end. And this is a poem called "The Chat with My Father." It's sort of what it was like talking to him at the end or near the end. A chat with my father. Sometimes when my old man tries to talk, his mind runs like a small boy on a path through the woods. You know the story. There's home to get to, and it's getting late. Only a little light still slicing through the trees. And the boy has walked the path so many times he thinks he can do it in his sleep. But no. Some bird sounds off way back in the woods. And he tries to ignore it, but it harps again, and suddenly he's off the path. Deeper and deeper into the trees, wading the shadows, following the strangest and most beautiful bird song he's ever heard, until he crosses a stream and catches in the corner of his eye a ruby as big as a fist, sure, a ruby, or some rock just as precious, and bends to pick it up when a wild dog, no, not a dog, when a wolf barks across a gully, and he's beating his way through brush and briar, trailing those barks and howls already fading in the distance. All the while, the woods have grown dark, and suddenly he looks across the table, and you see in his eyes that he's lost. Maybe just one more short